So I'm watching and listening to, I gotta listen while you drive, to Peter Stantinelio video he did on Dark Side of Vegas, ex-prostitutes and the stories of ex-prostitutes. And I like Peter, man. I you know, if you watch some of my early, if you go down into some of my earlier videos on this channel, you will see that I was a traveler, and I still am a traveler, but right now not in the position to do it as much. But so I like to see traveler vlogs, and I particularly liked his because, you know, he was going to these different places, and then he was doing these interviews, and he was like really getting into the lifestyles of certain groups and communities that you may not know about. You know, I particularly like the one he did about the Amish, and it was very interesting to see how they live. So after seeing those videos, I was like, okay, I'm interested. I like to see things like that. So I started to keep track of it. And he's been in Vegas for the last few weeks, doing different subject topics and matters and things like that. But this latest video is pure propaganda on the part of these ex-whores, because they're painting a picture as if they were not choosing to do what they were doing for the lifestyle and for the money that the lifestyle offered them. One of the main ones, I think her name is Annie, and there's another one, but she paints this picture. She's constantly calling the pimps traffickers, and, you know, and they were trafficking and visitor, you know, victims and things like that. And then she gets to a certain point in the video where we really see her real motives, because she's just painting this picture of that she was just like not in control of nothing, you know, like basically like she was just like in a state of hypnosis, or like a zombie, and a pimp was just controlling her mind like a fucking video game controller, and she didn't have no control over her mind. She didn't have no control over her decisions. She was just in a state of hypnosis and just moving around like a zombie, you know, kind of like The Walking Dead, you know. And then later on in the video, we get to what the real purpose of what she was doing. And what she was doing, the real purpose of what I feel she was trying to do, is she's trying to promote this sanctuary house that she created for former hookers. And she specifically said, we don't want government funding, because we feel like the government funding would come with a lot of strings. We want private funding, because guess what? There's private funding, there's no limits, and there's no strings, and she probably could take something off the top. You know what I'm saying? So it seems to me like she's painting this picture to the women that may find themselves in the lifestyle, to try to promote, to get them to feel so sorry for themselves, so, you know, so much of a victim that they just, you know, they just don't have no control over nothing. And the pimp is all responsible. He's the wolf, he's the bad guy. He's just this horrible, monstrous person that has all this type of mind control over her in order to get these women to come to this sanctuary to fill those beds so she can get more private funding, so she can shave something off the top. And the other woman that works at the house with her, I can't think of her name, but she has the black hair and the glasses. She let you know what was up. She said her parents, it was at a point her parents were showing up to all her court dates. Her parents were begging and pleading with her to come back. She said her parents even bonded her out one time with $2,000, and she thought it was her pimp, but it was the parent. And the mom was crying, and at the end of all that, she said F them and went back to her lifestyle, to the lifestyle. Now either this woman is capping, or this woman was literally in a state of hypnosis like a zombie, and she had no control over nothing. She has no control over her mind. She had no control over her body. She had no control over nothing, and that pimp was just playing a remote control game with her, right? I call that BS, and I call that they're just trying to promote their house, their sanctuary that they have in Las Vegas, so they can get funding. You know? And this is the thing. I remember watching documentaries on peas, and they would say, I remember one piece, he said a lot of times the tricks actually got more money than the pea. And so sometimes these tricks that got more money than the pea, they would offer their women a way out. They would say, hey, won't you come with me? Won't you let me take care of you? You don't have to do this no more. You know, let me love you. Let me do this. Let me do that. And these women would still choose to stay with the pea. What is that telling you? Right? What is that telling you? It's telling you that these women are doing this by choice. Unless they're in a state of hypnosis, or they're walking zombies like the Walking Dead. They're doing it by choice because they love the lifestyle. They love the excitement. They love being with the pea. They know that they with the pea because they feel the pea is the only one that understands them and doesn't judge them for what they do. Because a lot of these women, they are promiscuous, and oftentimes in the square world with squares, they judge. They get judged by the square. The square gonna talk about body count, high body count. So the square judges them because they like to freak off, but the square like, nah, you know, I gotta count the body count. And what the square does, he has a reason for it, but these women want to indulge without any judgment. So who's the perfect male that understands them? It's the P, because he don't judge them. So a lot of these women are with these P's because it's no judgment, and they can feel comfortable being themselves and doing what they do. And that's what they don't want to talk about in Peter's video, because they're promoting something. They're promoting their sanctuary so they can get more private funding. That's what it's all about, you know. But you know, ain't no way outside of like human trafficking is real. You know, that's real. But I don't think you can correlate that with that pimp whole lifestyle, because like I said, and like I know from experience, a lot of it is choice. At any moment in time, these women can run away. At any moment in time, when they out on the blade, they can just be like, hey, they can take whatever money they got that night and be like, I'm out. Get on a Greyhound or buy a plane ticket and go back home or go, wherever. But they don't want to, because a lot of them don't want to go back to working no dead-end job at McDonald's because they don't have the education. Or even when you do have the education, we live in this system that keeps a lot of us back. So they like, I don't want to go and have to slave and bust my ass making $7 an hour, $10 an hour, when I'm making $1,000 a day, and I can have this lifestyle that I can't get working some dead-end 9-to-5 job. So they know that, they realize that. That's why they stay. And even why they don't get with the rich square or the square that's trying to take them out of it, because they know the square never would understand them. Is going to judge them, try to change them. And that's just the way it is. So I like Peter's videos. I like his interview skills, and that's why I'm continue to watch his videos. But I know that what he's doing it, because he's showing all the different sides. But he knows what's up, and that's why he said he met in the prior one when he went to the whorehouse. He met one that was from the Bay, and he seemed like she was happy, like she was doing what she wanted to do, and that's the truth. She worked at the brothel, and even in the video, when he said that to Anna, she was like, "Oh no, she's lying. She can't be happy." She got to say that, because she has to make all the women that's in the life feel like they're victims, like they don't have no choice, like so that way they can call her, as one woman did when the video was rolling, and she can bring them to her sanctuary to fill one of those beds so that she can get more funding. So this is my response to that video. And I hope you guys continue to watch. Support the channel if you can, so that I can, I think I have good interview skills, and maybe I can start to do some things like that, and travel more. The links are in the description. The Cash App is in the description. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll holler at you later. Peace.